All right, guys, how you everyone doing? It's Jerome Parker here, aka Master Shake. So we have finished the basic intro to PHP, and now I want to move on to HTML5. Now, what is HTML5? For those of you who do not know, HTML5 stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is the language used to create web pages. So right now you're watching me on YouTube. YouTube is created with HTML5. All the placement of everything, the video that you're watching me on, everything is defined with these tags, which are then styled with CSS, which we'll get to later, and they're modified and controlled with JavaScript, which we will get to later. But for right now, hypertext markup language. And the 5 stands for it's the fifth iteration, fifth version of HTML. So HTML is rendered through your web browser. So whether you're on Chrome or you're on Firefox or you're on Safari, that web browser is rendering this hypertext markup language. And that can come from a local device or it can come from a remote server. So whenever you go to a website, www.whatever.com, you're hitting a remote server somewhere, and that server is returning that HTML to your browser, and in which case your browser renders the HTML, which outputs it to your screen. You can also have it come off a local machine, so off your browser yourself, or off your own hard drive, or off your mobile phone, and that's actually what we're going to be doing today when we actually start creating some tags and making some markup. It's also the case that you would use local HTML if you're using HTML5 technologies to create mobile applications, which we will get to later. So, like I said before, hypertext markup language, you use tags to define the content that's going to be on the web page. You usually have an opening tag and a closing tag, although some tags they don't need a closing tag. You define an HTML file by creating a file with a .htm or .html file extension, and you have an opening and closing header tag. So instead of talking, we're going to actually switch over and look at this. Okay, go. Adam. All right, we're going to do add project folder. Programs, intro to HTML5, open. All right, we're going to create our new file, index.html. So open up any arbitrary folder and inside that folder, create a empty document called index.html. Let me see, can I make this bigger? Can you guys see this? If anybody's on the chat, can you tell me if you see, let me pop out the chat. Can you tell me if you see if you can read this? Because on the last stream, I was told that they couldn't read it, but I also was in the terminal and not in the Atom. Is that good enough? Anybody in here? Okay. I'm gonna assume that this is good enough. So you need this opening and closing HTML tag to define an HTML document. Notice the syntax. You have a left bracket, the word HTML, right bracket for the opening, and then you have left bracket / HTML, right bracket. This / indicates a closing tab, just a regular what is it called? Less than caret. This is the left caret by itself is an opening tag. So anything that's underneath, that's in this space right here, is a child element of the HTML node. And this is what is called the document object model, or DOM. So you have an HTML document. Everything underneath here belongs to that. Anything, let's forget. You can have a head tag, and then you can have a body tag. And so head and body all belong to HTML. Head and body are siblings because one is not inside of the other. So they're sibling nodes, with the parent being HTML. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. All right. So the reason why I chose to put head and body is because you need these at the minimum to create a web page. So the head, in the head tag, you put in things like the title, which is what's going to show up right here. You see where it says Mozilla Firefox right here? That is where the header, the title header is going to be. So we're going to put test website. And then you have the body. The body is the part of the website that you see. So we're going to put in a paragraph, and the paragraph has a P tag. So there's the matching and closing. Oh, by the way, I had a capital P. That would render. HTML is case insensitive. So you can have uppercase, lowercase, but it's better just to keep everything lowercase. This is a paragraph. And then we're going to save that. And the reason why I chose index.html as the name, because if you have a folder, and in that folder you have multiple HTML documents, the browser is going to look for index.html as the root document. And we'll get into that when we get into links here in a bit. So test website, this is a paragraph. So let's go back to Firefox, and we're going to open a file. And we're going to go to home, we're going to go to programs, we're going to go to intro HTML5, index.html. Open. Oh, I had to misspell title. All right, as you can see, we have test website here in the header. We have our paragraph, and instead of having HTTP or HTTPS www.blah-blah-blah.com, we have the full path link to my index.html file. So that's what I mean by you can have a local or you can have a remote asset. So does that make sense? I see we got some people in the chat. I'm trying to get the chat back. Is there anybody in the chat? Who's in the chat? Anybody want to say hi? Say what's up? I feel like I'm talking to myself. Anyway, so we're going to focus right now on the body. So the head is, more or less for metadata purposes, but the body is where everything is going to be seen. So I introduced a paragraph tag. What else can we have? We can have an image tag. So an image tag is one of the special tags that does not require an ending tag. You can just put img and it takes in a source attribute. So you have the name of the HTML element. So it's an image element with an attribute of source. And the source is the source of the image. So let's just go to google.com. Let's type in pandas. Let's type in images. Look at this panda right here. We're going to go to view image. We're going to copy this. And in that source tab, we're going to paste. We're gonna save and go back to test website. This is a panda. And now we have this majestic website called test website. This is a panda. Panda. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna make a panda website. So Pandy the Panda. This is Pandy the Panda. Adopted from, I don't want to be culture incorrect. Where are pandas from? Like exactly from. Get off the images. In the wild, giant pandas are only found in remote mountainous ranges of central China in Sichuan. All right, Sichuan, Zhangxi, and Gansu provinces. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, please forgive me. So we got Pandy the Panda. We got adopted from, and now she enjoys bamboo in the zoo. All right, let's go. Oh, what happened? There we go. All right, this is Pandy the Panda, adopted from a remote area, adopted from a remote mountainous region of central China, blah, blah, blah. We got Pandy the Panda as the title. We have our image. Now, what else? What's something else we can do? Now, what is the main purpose of the internet? Is to have all these links connected. You can go to a web page, click on a link, go here, 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 and here. So we want to make a link. Let's see. Underneath the image, let's say want to know more about pandas, visit here. So we're going to make this here word a link. In order to make a link, you use the anchor tag, which is like this. And the anchor tag has an attribute called href, which takes a link. So we're going to go back to, let's see, giant panda, wikipedia.org/wiki/giant_panda. And we also want that link to open up in a new tab. We don't want it to open in the current tab. So the anchor element takes in a target attribute. If you do target_blank, it makes it open in a new tab. So, and you know what? I think this image is too big. We're going to make the width 250, and we're going to make the height equal to 300. In case you didn't notice, you have to put these the value to the attribute in a quotation mark, in double quotation marks. That looks ugly. Let's make that 300 and 300. And then also we need to add a line break. So right before we type the want to know more, we're going to put in a line break. And then put in a line break in HTML, you put in the BR for break. I know, right? This is also a tag that does not require an ending tag. You can just put BR. No, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do none of that. Let's go back. All right, cool. So now we have, this is Pandy the Panda, adopted from the remote mountainous regions, central China. There's a picture of Pandy. Want to know more about pandas? Visit here. If you click on that, now opens you up to Giant Panda Wikipedia. Do we have any questions so far? Any whatsoever? If not, I'm gonna keep it moving. And of course, you can always ask questions in the comment section below. What else? Ah, let's play some let's do a video. Let's do a video. Let's go to YouTube. Let's find a video of pandas. Hey, look, there's me right there. Pandas. 10 top cutest panda videos. So what we're going to do is pause that, and we're going to hit the share button, embed. Now we have this iframe. We're going to copy this HTML code, and I'm going to explain what it does. Do we want to put this after the image? Oh, we'll just do another line break. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing a line break, we're going to do a horizontal break. Now, this makes a line break and also puts a horizontal line, so it marks a distinct difference on the web page. And then we're going to paste that. So we pasted this iframe. The width and height should make obvious sense. So an iframe is when you want to import one HTML document into another HTML document. So in this case, we're putting an iframe with the source being the YouTube video of the panda. So it's basically going to make a YouTube link with a width of 560, a height of 315. There's allow full screen, so we'll have the option to make the screen full or not, and a frame border of 0, so there's not going to be any border around the iframe, so it looks like it just blends right in with the HTML page. So we're going to refresh. Here you see my HR, my horizontal line, and we have the 10 cutest baby panda videos. All right, so we could play this. I'm not going to. I will. Yep, there's the video. All right. Let's see. Let us see. What else? That's basically this is basically the gist of static HTML. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tags, and what I suggest people do is go to w3schools.com, learn HTML, and then you can see all of your different tags and types. But we're going to start off with, let's see. I guess I should put in some headers and stuff. So you kind of think of HTML like an article, like a newspaper. You hold up a newspaper, you got the header, you got your columns, you got your images, you got your sub and post text and all that good stuff. Well, all that translates back into HTML as well. So, for example, let's go to the beginning of the body. We're going to make a header. So if you want to make a header, use the H tag coupled with a number. And the lower the number, the higher the priority. So and by definition, the smaller the text. So an H1 header is the biggest header you can have. This is Pandy's story. This will make a big, huge header saying this is Pandy's story right before the paragraph starts. This is Pandy the panda, adopted from remote mountainous regions of China, blah, 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 blah. If we make an H2, so H1 is when you need a big attention grabber. H2 is typically for like a header for like a paragraph. Like if like most blogs typically use H2 headers. So this is Pandy's story, and then it goes all the way down to H6, which is tiny. So we're gonna go back to we're gonna make H1. Let's see what else we did. Okay, so let's go back to um, this better. That's remote resident in China. Sichuan province. So if you want to make something bold in HTML, you can use the B tag, bold tag, which is like this. You can also use the strong tag, but I prefer to use the remote mountainous regions of central China and Sichuan province. So this is going to make bold text. Let's see. Go back to W3. I'm trying to think of all the basic ones that you're gonna need, and then we're gonna obviously go through. I did heading, styles, formatting. Yeah, so subscript. So cool. So we got bold, strong, italic, emphasize. So you can do, and you can also combine them. So we can make them bold and italicized. This is actually a good use for mixing. So we got that. Quotations, comments, colors. We did links. We did images. Yeah, we can do tables. No, let's wait. I'm gonna wait to do tables when we interact with PHP, because yeah, that would be a good start for that actually. File paths, script classes, blocks. Okay. Let's make another HR. But before we do this, let's make this a H2 header, Panda videos, right above the iframe. And then let's do another HR, and then let's call this one Panda facts. So right here, we're gonna do what's called bullet points. So I'm gonna make a list of bullet points for pandas. First, I gotta find out some things about pandas. This is Panda facts. All right, here we go, right here. All pandas in the world are on loan from China. About 2,000 pandas are found in the wild. So, in order to make a list, we're gonna make an unordered list using the UL tag. And this has an opening and closing, and then inside of the unordered list, you have list elements. Now you can have an ordered list too, but that's for an ordered list. This is unordered because we don't really care what the sequence is. So in order to add a new bullet point, we're gonna add an li tag for list item. Below it, about 2,000 pandas found in the wild. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. I don't care about. Oh, that's disgusting. Young elephants, pandas, koalas, and hippos eat the feces of their mothers. That's disgusting. All right, so we're just gonna do these top three right here, and get rid of that. And we're gonna add some li. Li. All right, so we're gonna save, see what that looks like. Hey, Pandy. So we got, this is Pandy story, Panda videos, Panda facts. About 2,000 pandas found in the wild. 90% of a panda's diet consists of bamboo. The giant panda is actually a bear, hence panda bear. Let's see, what else we need to add? What are some good quotations? This is actually a perfect one for this. WWF. Put that right here in the, so quotation, you know, like if you're making a if you're quoting somebody or whatever, you can use the quote. So Panda's goal with Pandy is to, all right, there you go. Just add some BS right there. Oh, I guess you really need some styling to make that look better. Yeah, we're not styling anything, so it's not going to really show a difference until we have some CSS. So you really need a styling sheet for most of these things to stand out, because it's without any excess styling, it's just text. So when we get into Bootstrap here in a bit, I'm going to add all this. We're just going to build on Pandy the Panda. So eventually, this will stand out. You'll see that it is a quote. It stands out. It'll be indented like you're supposed to do in an English class. I never really understood all those English rules. What is it, like 4 spaces indented to the right or something like that? It does all that. And I think the last thing I want to add, let's add, so we added an image, we added a video via an iframe. We can also add some music. You want to add some music? Let's add some music. Let's find some royalty-free Asian nature music. Pops up on that. Royalty-free, that's by genre Asian. That sound like. All right. I download that. Can I just inspect element? Oh yeah, HTML. So when you're debugging your web app, or you just want to look on any website, you can right click and click inspect element, and you can see the HTML of all the pages that you're watching. So I'm looking for media, and so I'm going to refresh this page because I'm trying to find the link to the music that was just playing. Download preview, I guess, will work. We're gonna save. We're gonna open in the folder. We're gonna move this. You know what? Do this. We're gonna go here and NV download China here to. We're gonna move that to programs, intro to HTML5, music.mp3. All right, there we go. So we're in the body up here. Gonna add an audio tag. Gonna make the source equal to, now since you put the source, you can either be a remote asset or it can be relative to the home directory. So it's called music.mp3. Pretty sure it's, yeah, autoplay. We want autoplay to be true. We want loop to be true because we just want this to play over and over. Audio. Now, if we restart it, something went wrong. Developer, web console. The character encoding. There we go. And now you see it's playing the music. All right. So now it's playing that music. And then we're gonna exit that because that was starting to get annoying. In fact, let's add some audio. Let's add controls so people can pause and play that. How about that? Or is it audio controls? I forgot what the command was for audio controls. HTML5 audio controls. Yeah, okay. I wasn't tripping. It's just controls. And let's go back to the Panda file. I don't feel like opening it back up again. Why did I do that? Anyway, open file, index, open. We're gonna pause that. I don't like that right there. We're gonna move that, and we're gonna put that in the footer. I believe footer goes outside. No, it doesn't go outside the body. It goes inside the body. I believe. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So I'll put it in the footer. Footer is another tag. It can go outside of the body. I think it can go inside the body too. Wonder what happens if you put it inside the body. But you know, that's where you see all the links, the footer links and stuff at the bottom of web pages, all the contact me and stuff like that. So you can go and just leave it right there in the footer, in the side of the body. So that way it gives people some control if they want to hear that music or not. And yeah. Sorry guys. Work text message. All right. So what have we done so far? So we got the Pandy's description. We got Pandy's video. We got Pandy music. I think the last things we're gonna do for right now is do let's do a description in the header. So another thing you can do in the header is you can put your metadata. Name equals gosh, I always get confused on this. Let's see. HTML5 meta description. Just want to be on point with you guys. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure I had that right. When you end up using frameworks to write your web apps, a lot of this stuff is scaffolded for you. So you'll end up, you won't be writing a lot of this by yourself as you evolve in the game. So name equals description, content equals Pandy, the Panda is awesome, and you can come visit her for $500 USD. So what did I just do? So the meta tag isn't going to be seen by a human. The meta tags are really for the search engines and other robots who are going to crawl your website. So if you've ever shared a link on Facebook, you notice like the picture will pop up and the description of the website or whatnot. It reads meta tags for all those things. Specifically, it reads open graph meta tags. But we're going to get more into that. But basically, if you go back to Panda, and then you go to inspect element. All right, my bad. View page source, so you see the whole thing. You see the description. So if you were to share this on Facebook, I'm tripping. It doesn't have an ending tag. If you were to share this on Facebook, which you couldn't because it's a local file, but if you were to post it on the internet and then share it, it would be Facebook, Panda to Panda. Panda to Panda is awesome. You come to there for $500, and it would have the first image that it sees, which would be this panda waving. You can also, some other things you can do, right? So you can do author. You can actually put anything you want in the meta tags, but some specific things that search engines do look for: description, author. There is if you go on Google, let's go back to Google. Pancake recipes. So this right here, this card, this directions card, all that is picked up from meta tags that are on your web page. So if you index your web page with Google, submit your website for index from Google, and it has certain meta tags, your stuff will pop up on search result in a more dynamic and animated manner. So a good website for that is the Open Graph. Yeah, opg.me, the Open Graph Protocol. That's what Facebook and Twitter use. And then you have rich snippets from Google. Structured data. Yeah, the structured data from Google. And that's how you get those animated flashy cards. So that is a basic intro. You know, we went over how to make an HTML file, the extensions to use, how to do basic styling with paragraphs and breakpoints and whatnot, imaging, videos, audio. So the next step from here is we're going to add a form to upload. Do we want to do that right now? Am I taking too fast? I want to say we wanted to add a form so we can upload some more pictures for Pandy, but that's going to be the bridge between HTML and PHP, and I think maybe we need to do a little more first. What do you guys think? What do you want to add to Panda's website right now, and we can add it? You just let me know. Anybody? It's up to you guys. I mean, I'm teaching you guys what you guys want to know, but I'm also trying to keep in mind the pace for new people. But we're gonna end up doing a whole lot. I really think, yeah. Huh. I guess that's basically it for the basics. I mean, HTML in and of itself is a very, very, very easy language. It's not even, it's a markup language, not a programming language. So it's used for placing elements, whereas we'll be using JavaScript to manipulate those elements. That's a programming language. And then CSS, which is a styling language, which we will use to beautify it. So my homework for you guys, if you've been following along with Pandy's story, is excuse me, go to W3 Schools, look and just look at all of these tags. You see all these HTML tags on the left hand side. Look and add some stuff. That's the best way to learn all these. You're not going to memorize all of them. No, I don't. No, nobody does. But look, see what some of them do. I could sit here forever and tell you what they do, but I want to get on to more important things. So I think that's it for this live stream, guys. I'm gonna try to do one. No promises. I'm gonna try to do one tomorrow, and then we'll go straight into CSS because CSS is another. I would consider the second easiest component of web development. I think goes HTML, CSS, and JavaScript on order of difficulty. And then after that, we'll start JavaScript, which will be more probably like 4, 5, 6, 7 beginner videos. Yeah, yep. I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna talk to you all later. I will try to have a blog post up later today. If not, it'll definitely be up tomorrow. And like I said, I'll try to stream the CSS tomorrow. But I'm gonna put this on the GitHub. I will tweet out the link and everything. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Follow me on all social media at MasterShake08. Check out my website, JyroneParker.com, and my new startup, TreatMeAtHome.online. All of these will be in the description below. Talk to you guys later.